Hello, and welcome back to What Is, the channel that answers the questions nobody asked but everyone needed to know. Today, we're strapping on our boots, grabbing a hot beverage, and diving headfirst into the shortest, darkest, and often most expensive season of the year. We are asking, what is winter? Now, at first glance, the answer seems obvious. Winter is cold. Winter is dark. Winter is the time your car battery decides to stage a complete revolt at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday. But winter is more than just a season. It's a global phenomenon, a scientific necessity, and a deeply felt, universal psychological experience. It is the annual reset button for the entire northern or southern hemisphere, depending on where you happen to be shivering. The scientific reality, the tilt. To truly define winter, we must first address the most common misconception. Many people believe winter happens because the Earth moves farther away from the sun. That makes perfect intuitive sense, right? It gets cold, so we must have drifted apart. Wrong. In fact, for those of us living in the northern hemisphere, the Earth is actually closest to the sun, at its perihelion, right in the middle of January. So, if we aren't farther away, why the deep freeze? The answer boils down to basic geometry. The Earth's axial tilt. Our planet is balanced unevenly on its axis, leaning over at a jaunty 23.5 degrees. Throughout the year, as we orbit the sun, different parts of the planet are tilted toward or away from the direct solar energy. Winter is simply the period when your hemisphere is tilted away from the sun. This means the sunlight hitting your region is spread thinner, covering a larger surface area and traveling through much more atmosphere. The result is less intense heat and shorter days. The official start, that's the winter solstice. The moment when one of the Earth's poles has reached its maximum tilt away from the sun. It gives us the shortest day and the longest night of the year, a date that historically terrified human populations. But today simply means we get to complain about leaving work in total darkness. Nature's necessity, dormancy, and retreat from a biological standpoint. Winter isn't a disaster. It's an essential period of conservation. If you're a plant, you engage in dormancy. You drop your leaves, seal off your vascular systems, and patiently wait for more favorable conditions. If you didn't do this, the water in your cells would freeze, expand, and shatter your very structure. Winter is the planet's way of telling its vegetation, take a nap. The energy budget is tight this quarter. For animals, the strategies are more active. Many migrate, flying south, to where the solar angle is kinder. Others become master sleepers, entering long-term hibernation, reducing their heart rates and metabolism by astonishing percentages. A groundhog in deep hibernation, for example, might only take one breath every few minutes. And if you're a squirrel, you engage in frantic, high-intensity, short-term panic, burying all your nuts, and then promptly forgetting precisely where you put 90% of them. The squirrel's strategy is less about efficiency and more about sheer volume. Winter is, therefore, the great global pause button. It's the required period of slow decay and minimal activity that allows for the vibrancy, the manic, overwhelming explosion that we call spring. Without the cold, the soil never rests. The parasites never die back, and the ecological system eventually collapses from exhaustion. The human experience the comedy of cold, while the rest of nature follows immutable laws of physics and biology. Humans approach winter with a unique blend of defiance, denial, and technological overkill. We invented central heating. We refuse to hibernate. Instead, we spend 4 months engaged in the complex, ritualistic dance of layering. The moment the temperature dips below zero, we all transform into Michelin men wearing 7 garments indoors, only to sweat profusely and peel them all off 5 minutes later. The human winter is defined by 3 key factors. First, the thermostat drama. This is the domestic war fought silently between the person who pays the heating bill and every other occupant of the house. No temperature setting ever satisfies everyone. It's either a tropical sauna or an Arctic testing facility, and the average monthly heating bill becomes a document that evokes genuine fear. A piece of paper that screams, "You are failing at energy management." Second, the inconvenience of logistics. Winter requires logistical superiority. You cannot simply leave the house. You must locate to matching gloves, a hat that doesn't crush your hairstyle, and mentally prepare for the 5 minutes of physical labor required to scrape the ice off your windshield, a task that simultaneously warms your blood and lowers your opinion of all weather systems. And third, the holiday onslaught. For humans in many cultures, winter is the season where we rapidly transition from the caloric abundance of Thanksgiving directly into the mandatory capitalist fervor of the winter holidays. This period is a sprint of forced joy, obligation, and the sudden realization that you are expected to eat, drink, and be merry while also navigating icy sidewalks. Winter, in its most accurate definition, is the result of astronomical geometry, forcing terrestrial life into a necessary phase of retraction and rest. It is a period of low solar energy dictated by the Earth's tilt, resulting in the preservation of energy resources across the globe. It is cold, it is dark, and yes, it is occasionally ridiculous. But it's not an ending. It is merely the deepest breath we take before the whole planet exhales into springtime. Thank you for watching. If you learned something new about the tyranny of the axial tilt, please hit that like button. Let us know in the comments below what aspect of winter, scientific or absurd, you find the most fascinating. For more deep dives into the factual, the strange, and the very cold, make sure you subscribe to the What Is channel. We'll see you next time. Stay warm out there.